Off it again. And hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Turbine City. Last time we'd got up to 385,000. Today we're gonna try and get a push to get up to past the 400,000 mark. Where we'd left off last time, we were getting in a few more services, trying to get the appeal of the city back up again. At the moment we're losing a small amount of citizens every cycle. So we're just trying to add a few more services in, try and get our number back up into the green. It's much better. I'll get a little bit of zoning in, not too much because we don't have a great demand, we've only got a very slight demand. I would like to get the demand back up for industrial. It's been awful quiet, the industrial demand, considering we're putting in so much commercial. But we'll just go with it. We'll try and zone as the demand dictates, and stay on the game's good side. This area around the railway line is going to be most likely the industrial when we get the need up. So parks and fire stations and things, we can get in there once we get the need up. We'll let it run for a bit. The numbers are well back up into the green. Getting a need for commercial again. No sign of an industrial need, but that's fine. Our growth seems to be coming and going. We're sort of leveling off that every few cycles we're losing people, but I think that's just the natural way. Once you're up at a high population, it means a higher number of births and deaths and things. So I think it swings more wildly when you get up into the higher numbers. Again, I'm going to try not to put in too much zoning. Maybe just get some more light stuff in here. That'll probably use up all the demand. I'm going to try and keep everything balanced. We're so close to the end. Only 110,000 more people to go. I want to keep them coming in strong and not have the game freak out on me by overzoning. And we don't see the demand bars for ages and ages, you know? So the industrial roundabout seems to be fine, no complaints. Maybe we need to wait until we got too much commercial in, that we can't sustain it in terms of keeping them supplied. Maybe at that point they'll call out for some more industrial. We don't have much of a need for residential, but I'm going to get a little bit zoned in anyway. So when these shops come in, they don't complain that there's no workers. The people who do trickle into these houses, at least there's jobs for them. Sort of next door, immediately across the road. We're about to hit the 390, so these guys go, let it run for a bit, get us ever closer to the 400. Our academic year report is through. We're making no academic works, we're losing students, it's all a disaster. They're playing sports, they're having toga parties at least, but no, in terms of achievement, there is no achievement. Let's see if given the grant makes a difference. I'm pretty sure we've got full academic staff on there to try and make our academic works, but nothing's happening. So we'll try giving the grant and see if that sort of guarantees us getting an academic work. We'll definitely never level up if we don't get that second academic work. And we've already done everything we can. sort of give it the best chance to get better. The sponsorship deals back on here. We'd like to get them all up to prestigious, all at the same time with a nice big full city. Let's see how we go. I think it'll be a couple more academic years before we get very far. Unless we get a sudden boom. But we've seen it happen before, where we've got a sudden increase in the number of students we've got, so let's see how we get on. I'll let the game run a bit. I'm going to upgrade these roads. Get them upgraded to the ones with the trees, because they're sticking out like a sore thumb. We've got our need back up for residential. Tiny sliver of commercial and industrial, so get a few more houses zoned in. Let them ride again. Try and get up to the 400. Oh god. Yeah, even with single selection segments, sometimes you end up upgrading the wrong piece. Remember to change that back before we have some sort of disaster at that roundabout. I don't think anything can be as bad as a both ways roundabout, where they're just going for golds. That was pretty bad. Let's move it to tidy this up a little bit. So it could be smoother. Nice smooth connections help. You can see our industrial areas are starting to complain again. Maybe more commercial. And balance it back out again. Seems pretty strange. I don't know if we've just got really good outside connections, that they're getting a lot of their stock sometimes from other cities, and it's leaving our industrial guys with no customers. It seems to come and go, the complaints about having no customers. It's pretty unusual. Don't often see that symbol coming out of the industrial areas. Before, I haven't used the industry's DLC stuff like twice in two separate areas to get the unique factories spread out before, so it might be that we've got a lot of industry's DLC stuff zoned and that's taking away some of their customers. Not quite sure. So we'll try and get some interesting roads in here, working around the tracks. Fit them in where we can to dodge the pillars. Can always move them if we have to, but try and work around it in an interesting fashion. Help keep the roads kind of random. Certainly pretty unique. I think that road's one notch higher than the other one. To choose, we'll go with this one. Carrying the connection across from the other side. So let's get our small roads in, get everything divided up a little bit so we can get more zoning in. Keep everything a little bit random. Try and come down, get connected up underneath the track as well. Maximize our options. Get this pillar moved. Then we can get our road passed underneath the rail. Yeah, certainly an interesting design of little roads there. Working around the rail. Probably have to get IT buildings or industry buildings if we can get our need back up to a decent level. Nobody really likes the noise of the train tracks. Don't think the commercial even like it that much. We'll get some fire stations round about. cover what we hope will be a bustling industrial area. If we can get our need up, sort of off the ground. So I'll preempt the need with a couple of parks. We'll get another park maintenance building in. Something I only discovered where it was this playthrough, so kind of neglected it. I think I've got 1 or 2 in, but not sure what the radius is, so probably need more by now. Get the recycling centre in next to the rail, where it's going to be noisy and horrible anyway. We've got commercial along the main road, so we're alright to get a post office in here. The noise radius isn't going to be affecting any of the residential. It's kind of impossible to get good library coverage because the radius is so small in the libraries. Going to use up our little bit of industrial demand and hope that these guys don't all have the "we don't have enough customers" icon next time I look at them. Let's put in a little bit for just now. If they all come in and they've all found customers and they're not complaining, I can get the rest of that square all filled up. But I want to grow kind of delicately, so I don't want to lose industrial demand forever. Change that little house on the corner, just in case it's too close to the pollution. Get this area filled in with some more residential. Hopefully enough to house this last 7,000 people. Get up and past the 400,000 mark. Get into the end game, as it were. Again, it'll help with the workers. Nice fresh supply of workers for the commercial and the industrial areas when the guys come in. Might need a little bit more commercial to satisfy the demand. Getting a touch more housing. So we've definitely got it covered. I'm gonna let it go for a bit. I get another road in here to make these two spaces kind of even. Get a bit of symmetry in there. Pleases me a lot more. Get this last little bit in. Get this zoned. In theory, that's enough to get them all the way past 400,000. Just let them go for it. Again, I'm not going to zone all the way up near to the roundabout. Try and save our houses from the noise. Get some services in along the main road where we don't have any zoning. Maybe have sort of a row of services either side of the main road. If we sort of work our way backwards from the end of the road, we can hopefully get the power all hooked up. And even the bigger things are got enough space so we can get most things in here. Big school we'll have to put in the gap. Yeah, everything else we should be able to fit in. Maybe connect the power sort of diagonally across this way. We pop our buildings in. A little incinerator on this corner. In theory, that should cover the power. Yeah, sorted. Yeah, we're just ahead with our water. Don't think we quite need to worry about that yet. Maybe next episode we'll get a few more water utilities sorted out. Let it run for a bit. It wasn't enough commercial for them. We want more, so try and line our new industrial area. They don't seem to be complaining yet. Hopefully these guys will give them some extra customer options. We'll get our need for industrial back up again. We'll fill out this square. I would like to get rid of all the negative icons. Probably have to wait till the end, realistically, till we've reached our 500,000 target. And do a sweep and try and resolve all the city's problems. We'll need more commercial along here. Not the light stuff, obviously, but along this main road seems like a good place to have the main shopping continue. Can include this sort of ferry port. Yeah, another unique building in here. Give the tourists who are coming to stay in the nearby hotels another reason to come along here. Be easily accessible with the ferry. Extend our area out to sort of cover it. That way we can have more tourism buildings. Some of the buildings over the other side of the river are saying they don't have enough customers, so I don't know if the tactic is to add more unique buildings to attract more customers to the same places, or if it's better to sort of reduce the size of the specialist commercial. Have sort of less hotels and things, balance it out. I guess we can try both approaches. There's plenty more unique buildings we've got access to. I would like to fill this up. I'm sort of apprehensive. I want to unbalance it. But hopefully with all that commercial coming in, this can be enough to keep them covered for customers. I'll let it ride, see how they get on. Let them all come in. It's all our industrial folks coming in, building factories. It's a pro move, I've forgotten to give them water, of course I have. So I'll get this water covered as neat as I can. So we can continue getting stuff out here. Make sure they're all covered. It's time for us to get in a few more pumps and outflow pipes. We'll put in a whole bunch. Put in say eight of each. We're fine all along this side of the river where we've got our varsity sports buildings. They're so noisy that there'll never be a complaint about the noise coming from these structures. I presume it's big whirring machinery if you were close up to it. It's much like living close to sort of a power station where you can hear the constant hum. Sort of get used to it. But yeah, hidden behind the varsity sports, their noise is never going to reach out and affect anyone. Hopefully that's going to get us back up into the green for both. And we won't need to worry about water availability or sewage treatment for a while. Let it run again. Now that we've got that covered. Let people keep building in. We've reached the 400,000, yay! Just 100,000 more to go, eh? We've got a slight need, so we'll wait until that demand gets up a little bit. Then we'll go back in and add a little bit more. Would like to see how far we can get past the 400,000 in this episode. It'll only help us getting to the 425 next episode. The need is rising, so maybe pop in some now. normal commercial run the specialist stuff, I think, so it'll be alright to get our housing right along here. More commercial up here. Yeah, that specialist commercial, the tourism stuff, they don't seem happy. They don't have enough customers. Maybe pop in another unique building for them. See if that does the job. If we throw all the unique buildings at them and they're still complaining that we don't have enough tourists coming to the city, I guess we'll have to use the other tactic of sort of trimming back the areas that we've designated for tourism. Let's see how we go. There's so many unique buildings being made and put on the workshop. My players who are good at making assets understand what they're doing a bit better with computers than me. I'm not that good, I can't even make a thumbnail in Paint. I think digital art's a little bit beyond me. But yeah, there's amazing things being created by people and put on the workshop, so if we get short of unique buildings to try and draw the tourists in, there's an almost endless supply on the workshop that we can go and check out. As I say, if all else fails, we can sort of trim back the areas, have more sort of standard commercial in its place. Yeah, so our industrial doesn't quite have enough customers, and neither do our hotels and our tourist specific places. We'll do what we can. Our 6 citizens still seems about the same, so we've still got a few places where the noise is affecting our residential. We've got plenty of time, as I say, to go and find them. Only 100,000 left to go, but still enough of a journey that we'll encounter a few pitfalls, I'm sure, and be able to make plenty of improvements. One of which is obviously getting rid of all these traffic lights, especially on the roundabouts. Gads, terrible. So we'll go round and we'll try and catch them all. Change all these things for stop signs. Traffic flow is still pretty good. I'll try and stay on top of it. Where we're going round as well gives us a chance to spy where we've got problems. Here we've got an icon that's going to tell us, yes, people are definitely getting sick here, you need to do something about it. But some areas there's sort of subtle discoloration, it's not so easy to find where the problems are just by looking. But yeah, where it gives us an icon that the residents are getting sick, we'll get those homes either rezoned or replaced, swapping them for healthcare and well-being buildings. I think that's the best possible scenario. So we're almost up to the 405,000. These areas filled in. We'll add another unique building, see if that helps. I don't think it can hurt. With these hotels and things up here. We'll put in the luxury hotel in amongst all the other hotels on like Hotel Road. See if that helps them. As I say, we've still got plenty of assets to work with. I do like sort of spreading them out rather than keeping them all clumped in one place. We're running out of time for the day. Our academic year report's through. We've made a tiny bit of progress, so come back next time and try and make a little further progress. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.